Okay, everybody, we are back. We have our assigned table. This one is definitely going to be fun. uh,
This one's going to be interesting.
yeah,
So
I wholeheartedly agree. They played a decent amount, and this is a bubble match, so we figured why not? Right now we have one, two, three, four, five tables of essentially bubble matches. Uh,
that's a lot of
Yeah,
parity
that's a
there.
lot. 5 through 9. So tables 5 through 9. They include Mike Kessling versus David Woods, Bill
Mike
Kessler
Kessling versus
versus
DePaulo.
or Jeremy. Yeah, Mike versus Jeremy DePaulo. I mean, Mike was in Jeremy's wedding. Like that's a good story. Um, but we decided to go with there was Bill Kafer versus Drew Lichtenstein against two teammates facing John McFarland versus Joel Pittman. But we decided to give you the treat of the match. Brian Fred versus Karl Koenig. Obi-Wan versus Thrawn. What do you
I
like?
mean, I just honestly, I like both guys.
Who doesn't?
Like, they are definitely two of my favorite people in Star Wars. Carl has, in a fairly short amount of time become such a fun member of community. I want to see how this Obi Muning works after some of the changes.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
know,
Obi-Wan Communing was a deck that took a lot of changes after uh the tweak set and everything that came out. So it's definitely going to be interesting. And I love that we have two sets of sleeves that we can actually see.
yes, these PC sleeves and then the basement crew
Uh,
sleeves. I'm sure Karl said he
yeah,
missed out on the sealed deck that the basement crew held earlier
he's
yesterday
on stream against Brian Fred.
with a
Like,
win and possibly in or win
yeah,
indefinitely in
yeah.
match.
This is a
Like,
bubble table. This is table 7. So if Karl can, I don't know what his record is. Chris hasn't posted the standings yet.
I gotta imagine they're both 5-2. I mean,
It is possible.
that was definitely, I mean, that's what we asked Chris for, and Chris is very good at delivering. So,
Hasn't delivered any pizza yet.
did you ask him for some?
I thought it was always a given.
It's not a given. This isn't Ellis Elrod. You need to ask for pizza if you want pizza.
Can I ask you for pizza?
I don't deliver anything. Don't ask me. I like the pink border Tarkin we're seeing in there, and Carl's like, "Here, look at my hand."
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like two
So we have a
Tarkins that are
pink border
pink.
Tarkin and a red border Tarkin. So,
They're both pink.
and we see the Ozzel pull, and I assume we'll see a Thrawn pull as well.
Okay, so the other thing is Chris Shonthal will not be posting the standings, so everything is kept secret.
Which I actually like. I think, telling people, yeah, not letting people know, hey, this is where that needs to go is, I think, a good thing.
See,
So,
this is why Chris is in the Hall of Fame, and we're just a bunch of
I mean, it does make our job a little harder, but
it does.
I'm okay with that for the moment. So
Which
let's
means that
see what
so
system Brian's getting. I love that Brian's holding his deck up so we can all see like what system is he getting.
I wonder if he's like if he's just holding it up for us or if he's holding it up for like Karl. I mean, they
No,
both do a lot of
I
each
think he's
other.
just holding it far enough forward that we're able to see it a little bit better.
That's
So he
fair.
got Kashyyyk, which means he doesn't have enough to go Chimera first turn. But he didn't keep looking after he hit Kashyyyk, so he may not be playing Kessel.
Yeah, I don't remember
Oh,
seeing it.
now he's going to, as he's got the force push to go get
Something.
something. And I think he's looking at the wear and attack position
So
now, and that seems
yeah,
like a
I was gonna say
solid.
I think that's the card. Did see that there
Yeah.
is a Vader in there.
Yeah, but I think that's a low risk. I think you put back one of those Tarkins.
Yeah,
I think
I
Vader's
can
a
agree. The other possibility is
going
maybe like a
Krennic.
Krennic.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Krennic's and also another possibility.
Is he running code clear? Is this the code clearance version?
I want to say yes.
I can't tell if that's
Uh,
or if that's an arrest order secret plans. Oh yeah, I should probably update the
I'm working on it.
okay.
It's you know the drill.
Stuff kind of goes slow sometimes. It's
Yeah,
doing this all through the connections like that are tough. So here's that's apparently Target or Thrawn in a red shirt. Okay, IAO combo. That's kind of what I thought. So then I don't necessarily love Krennic in the deck.
yeah, I agree. If you're not
Like
playing if you're not playing the code clearance version, why play Krennic?
yeah. So I do like the force push to give yourself the force to go Thrawn on the Chimera and start that damage train going. I think you have that. You have to play this aggressively. And yep, go right to Kashyyyk. And then I think you put down the we're in attack position. Now you went and grabbed, yep.
Yep. So threatening some damage. Why not? Like, it's going to be interesting to see what Karl is playing for space. I mean, he is running Cytor Calfast. I can't believe he's gone and Walkling.
Yep. So he's like, I could still definitely see Han, Han chewing the Falcon, but like, you're not doing that right away against that Thrawn. Like,
Mm-mm.
that feels bad.
Especially when right now it's immune to attrition less than 7.
Yeah. And he doesn't have the farm puller. So
No,
he's definitely switched up. This is a new version of Obi Muning. And he is the only person playing it at the tournament
which is interesting.
today. It's interesting, but not surprising. But like, it definitely got hit a little bit. There are a lot of other light decks that I think are, near it in power and that didn't take hey, I need to figure out how to rebuild this right now.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised at that play. So we see him go get just the canteen. Well, he only gets to get one site. So he goes and fetches the cantina.
And that's the thing, like you
I don't think
could
I'm that surprised. I don't think I'm super surprised to see the cantina. I think that's the right
no.
card to go grab because you expect with Thrawn to see like Veers in a
Yeah.
walker.
Oh yeah.
And Karl peeks,
Puts it down.
puts it at the bottom, which maybe not. Nope, changed his mind, kept it at the top.
Sure, I like this.
Go and cheer it. Yeah, I think you just go aggressive to the cantina. Like you're trying to,
Because I don't see
Thrawn
like
wants to do damage. You want to do damage.
yeah, and it's funny, like you were talking about it. We see that Beefred's hand, he's got Veers and Walker already in his hand. So it's kind of smart to go into the cantina first like that.
Yeah, and I think that's what you kind of count on is, and you make Beefred pay for the drain. Because at that point, he's really not attacking you. Like, he's
Karl
activated
goes and
2, 4,
plays.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
There's
11.
the
Yeah.
where are you looking for me? He's
3
gonna
PO puller.
3PO.
And
Yep.
then he's going to stack that to the art.
Nothing wrong with any of that play. Like I
Nope,
know
that's
you're losing 3 force. It sucks, but at least putting a 5 on the art card, which is what you want to do.
is 100% the right play.
Yeah.
So we'll give.
And of course, making Beefred pay to drain. Karl
Yeah.
has not lost his cards yet.
Nope, I think Karl's figuring out what he wants to lose now.
Yeah.
And he's just peeling off the top. There went
And
Jin and a Bith Shuffle combo.
losing the Jin might hurt a little,
Um,
but I said
I
might.
feel like Brian's got to have an answer for
Oh
Jin.
yeah. I can assume so too. What I'm saying, that's why I said it might hurt.
Yeah,
Like
I think Jin, if anything,
Jin,
losing the Jin hurts. It'd be a nice one to just toss her into that 2-0
yeah,
and start draining without having to play with moving around. But
yeah.
I don't think it gets there. I mean, Brian's hand is all dudes. It's 4 dudes and a walker. And I mean, like if you wanted to get spicy, you go Ozzel and Tarkin on top of Chirrut and draw 2 Destiny and hope, but
I
that
mean, Sheeran has
feels
no immunity.
bad.
What?
Yeah, I mean, and I guess with no immunity, you could even just do Tarkin and
Yeah.
kill Chirrut, but that feels like a bad idea.
Yeah. And it looks like B. Fred just paid to
Yeah.
drain, put down docking
This
bay.
aggression, did he pick up a scanning crew?
I'm not sure. Okay, he
Like I
does
think B.
have,
Fred just said discretion's the better part of valor there. I'll let you drain
yeah.
for 2 while I drain for 3.
And B.
And I'll
Fred
wait for you
is
to do
showing his
something
hand.
else.
See, there's the,
I
oh, he is
don't think
playing
it
the
was a
code
scanning crew.
clearance. He
Yeah.
is playing code clearance and he
So he's
has it.
code clearancing and arrest order? All right.
I like it.
I don't hate it.
Like, you want the activation. Like, that's always been a
And he
problem with Thrawn.
peels 2 off the top, which is a code cylinder and a dark time,
Yeah.
which are cards he doesn't mind having, but
Yeah.
the dark time he'd probably like a little bit more, but he's okay with losing it.
I mean, the cylinder is pretty good too. It gets you captain, like it gets you Pelion, it gets you, I want to say it gets you
Yeah.
Krennic. It gets you, so it gets you
So we
guys.
see the interior, the antechamber. So Karl says, yeah, I'm not going to let you put a walker on Tatooine.
Yeah, I like him going back and getting the antechamber over the Mos Eisley just for that reason.
Yeah. Like I'm going to take my 2 Mos Eisley, my 2 Tatooine locations and
And like I do, I mean, I kind of do like him going to the interior site, making B. Fred try to play coward because it
yep.
might be a bad shield for him to play.
And I like the interior and just, you can go a little lighter than potentially as well.
Yeah, especially with
Like,
Sheer. I mean, you can't cancel Sheer's game text with Vader, and like you said, you could come down with Tarkin by himself. You could come down with something else, but why?
and you have to plan for like if you're come down with just Tarkin, if he barriers, what are you going to do? Like,
Yep.
because your plan with just Tarkin has got to be, I will, just wipe the site. So if yet, if Karl stops that, you got to go, ooh, this is not good all of a sudden. So see Brian still activating a decent, I mean, he's got a decent amount of activation now. And
I
Karl
mean, they
going
both kind of do.
3POing a card, and I'm assuming he's going to then probably lose that 3PO'd card to the art. Oh, no, throwing it disarmed. Aggressively throwing it disarmed at the art. Fine, I don't want to take your weapons away anyways.
I like B. Fred rocking the Notre Dame shirt, whereas Karl is clearly rocking Ohio State.
Is that Ohio State, or is it, did he have to wear another Georgia thing because of an ill-timed bet against Kessling?
I don't know.
Like,
That's a question to ask him. It sucks that he had to lose Luke's lightsaber.
yeah, I don't think
He
he
lost a Luke's
wanted
lightsaber and a Ray to the drain.
the Ray. I'm sure she's not his only one. The Luke Saber
Kind
stinks.
of
Like
just
the Luke
feels
Saber's
bad.
almost worth a pop walkling right now.
I mean, why
If
not?
you have a Luke, just to go get it back.
Yeah, you could do that. Or I was going to say, like, if you really want to get it back, you use Walkland. Go get Unita.
Although he's probably got Master Luke,
Yeah,
so you just get it back anyways.
yeah,
Like
that's true.
I like doing things the more complicated way, so that's what
I
I
know
was
you
rooting
do.
for. But I mean, it's probably easier to just go. All right.
I mean, you're the one that would drive to an event like this where I play.
I actually contemplated driving to Atlanta when Worlds was there because plane tickets were getting stupid expensive.
Yeah.
And if I'd, if we could have piled a couple people in the car, probably would have done the drive. But
I mean, you probably could have stopped in like Tennessee, picked up Hayes.
yeah,
I mean,
that's
you have a car that's big enough for him. I'm thinking.
yeah, we'd have made room
Okay, so there's a Blizzard 4 going out and picking up
and
Darth Vader and
getting.
putting in Forcer.
And Brian's just playing this. I'm going to hold my sight. I'm going to hold my
Yeah,
system.
yeah. Slow and steady win the race.
Let's play. I could definitely
he's
see
already flipped.
yeah, and I could definitely see
Although he's on the
Tarkin,
7, he's on the 0 side of his objective.
because it flips at the start of
The
battle
deploy
phase,
phase.
doesn't it? Oh, it's deploy?
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking it was battle, so is he gonna go Kurgi right away, or is he gonna So he throws down code clearance and then hides it under his grabber because he doesn't want us to know it's there. Although there's so many cards in play right now, I don't hate any of that. He is going to go Kurgi on top of the ship, I think. Or
No,
is
I
that
like that.
no? That's Mahdi,
I like that too. Now it's immune to
I
attrition
think.
with me.
Or I don't know who it was because he didn't pay anything for him.
Ozzel.
Yeah, must. Oh, Ozzel would be free because he's -2 as being an admiral. So all right.
Yeah.
Then he
Also,
throws
so is Mike.
Tarkin on. So the only downside to Tarkin on Blizzard 4 like that is if Karl's got Leia and her gun,
Oh yeah.
that could be unfortunate.
Yeah.
Like,
And I think in this situation, if you're Karl, if you have a Leia here, you might not want to drain just so you have a bunch of force to come down with. I mean, you run the
I
risk
mean,
of,
if you have a Leia, I think you just need to make sure you have her gun.
yeah.
And yeah, I
And
think you'd probably do just maybe not drain and see what you get.
yeah, I was gonna say, because the one thing is like he does run
And
the
there's
risk of
Brian flipping
scramble.
his objective, which was fine. I
Yeah.
mean,
No.
it didn't come into play yet, so it wasn't a big deal to get a judge over. So we see Karl 3POing. Karl's got a decent force pile because he left a few last turn as well. Oh, he is going to pay 3 to drain for 2. I don't actually mind that. I think
I mean, yeah, I think we both talked about it. We don't
yeah.
mind it. Is that a scanning crew? Or,
I
okay, so
don't
there goes
think it is. I
so there
saw
goes
that too, and
Pellion,
that's what I thought at
and
one point.
there goes Pellion in the interrupt retriever, the one that adds 1 to
Yeah,
if you lose
the
target line.
is pincer.
Yeah, but he did
Hmm.
lose his hand. He did put out the code clearance effect.
Yep.
So
So Karl's retrieval is he's gonna be have to be a little cautious with it, but I don't think there's really much. I mean, he's got Walkling that won't stack. He's probably got a Jedi Lev that won't stack. Like I doubt he's got much more retrieval.
yeah.
And there's the went and grabbed the 0. So
And he's not, it doesn't look like he's going back in because
yeah,
he,
that was what I was just gonna say is he's not going back in. So that tells me probably no Leia plus gun,
yeah.
which means he's got to figure out what he needs to do there. Because 8 plus 2 destiny seems tough. We got a rules question somewhere.
Or B Fred just chatting with somebody.
B Fred usually doesn't do that in the middle of games when stuff is on the line.
I don't
Like,
know if it's like I could see him doing it with Karl just because they have played a lot before.
yeah, but I still I think he's getting a ruling on something.
Yeah, I'm not sure what though. That's the real question.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe if he can cancel somebody with Vader while he's in there. I mean, what do we?
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's asking him.
And I didn't. It's not like I saw Chris come over and read a
Yeah.
card, so I'm not sure what all happened there. Well, we'll have to ask him at the end of the game if he was just trying to
Well, depends
yell
on
at
who
somebody
it
or
is.
what. So we see a sand come down,
Don't mind that.
which also mitigates the
Mitigates Tarkin. It mitigates
yeah.
Thrawn. I mean, it does stop you from adding 1 with your own effect, but I think you're okay with that.
Yeah, and that's your He'll activate one instead, and that's fine. What are we? Karl's in the midst of thinking long and hard about something. There's the Master League. Oh,
Okay.
so Master Luke will keep that total battle destiny 0.
Yeah.
I think, because pilots can't. Well, no, he won't, because the passengers still.
No, passengers don't.
Or no, they have to be present. You're right. It's
Yeah.
got to be a character present. So Luke,
Yeah. And
unless,
the
well, he's
vehicle
not
doesn't
keeping
work.
Luke alone. I don't understand that at all.
What?
Okay, so he didn't keep Luke alone. He instead put
Yeah.
Blount and Cassian with him, I guess.
Do they cost more?
I'm trying to figure out what all's going on.
Yeah, I don't see Karl forgetting that part of the game text.
Yeah, yeah, I think Karl has a current printout, I'm sure. So that might just be, well, I just don't get that play.
They're coming down with Blount and Cassian.
Yeah, like if you're gonna you could just throw Luke alone and you're guaranteed to win the battle. Because I can't believe he's gone to pump it. Oh, characters only have to be here, not present. That would change things. I thought they had to be present. Well, let's
Huh. I don't know. I do what Gem tells me.
Master Luke V. Yeah, character of ability greater than 3 here. So, yep, you're right. It's not present. So he does suspend it, or he doesn't, need the text. So,
And he's losing both Cassian and
I don't think he used Cassian.
yeah, I don't think he did either. And I kind of feel like
That
that's a little bit of a waste.
seems like there was a misplay somewhere there. Not like a misplay in that someone made a mistake, a misplay in that
Yeah.
I think he should have been theoretically a lot more aggressive about it.
And the other thing is Beefred didn't use a card off of the Thrawn art card.
I think they were just +3 to power. They're both just plus to power. He might have wanted to save them for,
Yeah.
figured Tarkin forfeits for 9. If he's drawing 2 Battle Destiny and
I'm wondering if
or did he pull?
yeah, he didn't use Cassian or Sand.
Yeah, as I say, I can't tell if he used sand. I can only see one kind. I'm like how I'm tilting my head like it'll change the view on the computer screen.
Oh, if you want help with that, let me take care of it.
Yeah, I don't understand that whole series of play from Karl there. I'm
There, we're making Beefred smaller. I think he did take a card off Sand.
yeah, there's only one on sand, so he must have taken one off sand. Okay. And then drew high enough that ooh.
Yeah. Maybe drew a 6.
Yeah, Master Luke's in a bad spot there.
Possibly.
Like even being power +5, Master Luke's in a bad spot.
Possibly.
It
really does come down to what is in his hand.
He has Veers and a Blizzard 1.
Yeah.
Like at least I thought he had Veers and Blizzard 1. That's
Yeah,
because
I
I
thought
think
he did
Veers is
too.
the dude with the
white. Yeah, he's got Veers
yeah.
and Blizzard 1 and Tarkin in his hand.
Tarkin's immaterial. Veers and Blizzard 1 draws him 2 either way.
I know Tarkin's immaterial.
Okay.
But it's just like
you were just telling me he had him. All right, fair enough.
yeah, because I mean, you might want to come down with somebody else for forfeit value because you're going to have to lose Vader.
Yeah. I guess there's that. Does he have? Oh yeah, there's General Veers, the whiteboarder. Yeah,
Yeah. Plus, the other thing is, if you move the Blizzard 4 over, like if he doesn't battle here, moves the Blizzard 4 over, you need somebody else other than Veers.
I think not battling here would be a massive mistake. Like, yeah, well, I was a tax auditor for a long time, Jared. I think
And he
we've
did deploy another character onto the
is
water.
that I'm not even sure who is
I
that.
only
No,
what
that's not Ozzel.
that's not on Mahdi.
Could be, yeah.
Yeah, I think it would be like it could
I
be
think you
Mahdi.
got a battle here. Like I can't.
I mean, I don't hate it.
Okay,
He
so
battles
what did I? Yeah, so he
something. Yeah.
battles. That's a
Veers.
one. That's his other Veers. All right, and a
That's a
four.
4.
So he does crack the immunity. Nope, never mind.
See, we have Justin Desai in the chat, or at least somebody who's impersonating Justin Desai.
And oh,
Oof. I mean, that still cracks the immunity.
Jedi Lev to
Yeah, to
make
redraw.
it a three. I mean, it doesn't really matter
Three
because
into
Blizzard 4
well,
had no
3 into 4.
immunity.
But yeah, it would be 3 into a 4. So
Yeah, I mean, you're losing whatever jump he stuck with Veers.
yeah.
I think that's the only way you can do that. And we can see who that is then. That is Ozzel.
Wow.
So who is up? Did he just underpay one for Kurgi and then proceed to
I have
never
no
use
idea.
Kurgi?
So it looks like Karl is peeling and losing Luke, all in that.
Ooh,
Yeah. Like we saw him
that's
lose Yoda already. Looks like he's thinking about what's in his hand right now. There goes.
there's Luke,
There's the farm. He loses the farm, and then
the AI farm, which is again beautiful, and our
I think
Kurgi
it's
shouldn't
only
be
with matching ship.
free.
It's only with matching ship, so he's -1 because of the alert, or the
Yeah, but he wasn't deployed with
AO.
alert. He was just
Yeah,
deployed from hand, so he's -1 from the AO. But yeah,
and
he's on the Chimera though, Justin. So he wasn't.
he doesn't have
He,
the Thunder Flare just yet.
yeah, he put him on the Chimera and should have paid one for him, I think, and
Yeah.
we missed that. Yeah, promoted to Admiral. So there's the command. I think just to see what his destinies look like, and oh, there you got Mahdi.
So
Basically,
and there's the Thunder
because
Flare. He just put
I
it
think
out.
he grabbed it so he could. He just played the command because
Why not?
well, it couldn't be grabbed this turn.
Yeah, that's kind of when you want to play it. So
Yeah,
I mean,
and
again, this is our table 5 during the last round. This is at least one of these players are on the bubble. Looks like Mike Kessling defeated Jeremy.
good for him. Congratulations. So it does give an advocate a chance to win a major.
I believe so. Justin, I'm not 100% sure. Chris is keeping the standings very
Yeah.
tight to his chest, so that way there's no collusion at the end.
We asked Chris for a win in game, and he said he gave us a range of tables and said these are all bubble tables.
Yeah.
So far, the only two people who I'm sure are in are Dennis and MHT.
Yeah. And from what we understand,
Looks like
Dennis
Robbie Hendon's up there. Sam
he's on the
Tashima's
bubble.
up there.
Like
Cal and Jeff. The bubble could be really big. Like there might be.
Like we said, it goes down to table 9. So right now it's Sam Tashima versus Dennis Reinhardt on table 1. Table 2 is Matt Harrison Trainer versus Robbie Hendon. Table 3 is Cal Aldred versus Jeff Levine. Table 4, Hayes Hunter versus Scott Lingrell. Scott not playing Mind What You Have Learned. Not a good matchup for Scott, though. Mike Kessling versus Jeremy DePaulo was table 5. Table 6 was Barry Appelstein versus David Woods. 7 is our feature match. 8 is Bill Kafer versus Drew Lichtenstein. And then 9 is John McFarlane versus Joel Pittman.
And we see Ed in chat say that Karl's feeling a little behind right now and getting back the Saber might be tough, but I think he sees that and kind of spreading a little bit and saying, well, here's Hanchu and the Falcon, here's Adrena 2 with Padme. Like,
I like
Ryan's committed a decent amount of cards. Like,
yeah,
he's
and
not. Thrawn puts a lot of cards on table still.
it does, and the fact that we see him lose Ozzel, Mahdi is somewhere. I think believe in his hand.
Yeah, Mahdi's in his hand.
He hasn't found the Thunder Flare. He hasn't found the Vengeance. What's hurting him is he's not the inability to spread up in space.
Yeah. He's without having another ship. That's a problem. I've heard that works well, Justin.
Justin, I mean, if you wanted an early beatdown, that was Scotland Grow versus Ryan Saracen. Scott dropped like 40, 45 in power on a lone Qui-Gon Jinn Serene.
Yeah. That was
after Ryan lost the Gick.
Yeah, Ryan lost the Hujix as the court damage for one. And all right, so who's coming down here? I see. Yes, musicians.
Okay, there's the stalker.
We see the stalker. And we see Mahdi on the stalker, so it's now immune to less than 5-ish or so.
So right now it's still immune.
And Tarkin as a co-pilot, so he's drawing 2 destiny. And Karl's
a little bit of a trouble.
Yeah, Karl's about out here. This is not a good I mean, I'm not sure where Justin's seen the pirate come from, but yar, there's to be a space battle afoot. This isn't gonna end well for Karl, I don't think.
I mean, he still has the +1, or no, he doesn't have the +1. Yes, he still has.
There is a card on sand. Yeah, he can still grab a card off sand, but
yeah,
he's still down some power.
Yeah, I mean, he's still getting his destiny of power.
Karl's played a lot of Obi-Wan communing, which is, I think, probably part of the decision for him is even with the changes, it's certainly a deck he's still super comfortable with. And he's a new enough player that he doesn't necessarily have the muscle memory that a Justin Desai can bust out a bust out a new deck completely. So I mean, it's tough sometimes. Like I saw it after, retiring and coming back. Like there's stuff I'm still kind of failing on the muscle memory of, like, what exactly am I doing here?
It just,
and especially if you've never played some of these decks, like that's a tough. Oh, did he just draw that Anakin for Destiny again?
I believe he did.
Oh, that was his power destiny. Okay.
Okay, so it's not as bad, but he's only getting a destiny of 4 up there.
And he did grab the card off sand, so he can't touch it. However, the destiny of 5 means he doesn't lose the Falcon necessarily.
No, and he doesn't crack the immunity of the stalker.
Yeah, and where do you go with the Falcon? Like, if you leave it there, that no cards on sand. I mean, if you leave the Falcon, you got to have an answer for it.
You could theoretically
healing a couple cards.
All
right.
I mean, he's
healing 4 cards to.
Well, okay. So Tarkin adds 3, Mahdi adds 3, plus the 8 of the ship is a 14, plus 5 is 19. To 9 plus 4 is 13. He's down by 5.
Yeah. I mean, he's got to pay for battle order. Like, this will give him 1 turn of free drains.
I mean, if he's able to reinforce it with any ship, if he's running the Tantive.
He had a Tantive, he lost it earlier.
Oh.
And
Fred, my gosh, we have a Porg.
I don't. I don't actually love Beefred moving
I do.
Blizzard 1 there. Why? Your Drain of 2 is better
Oh.
than Drain of 1.
I mean, I would have rather seen Blizzard 1 walk over
Well, he did walk Blizzard 1 over.
the
He
wrong
shuttled
direction.
Blizzard 4 up, and I love that. He moved Blizzard 1 to the
Yeah, I don't like Blizzard 1 moving.
yeah, I would have kept Blizzard 1 on the Drain 2 site.
Well, unless he's going to deploy, like, unless he's going to move Vader in there, but his game text is canceled.
Yeah.
But I mean, okay.
I
So
mean, if you move
game text
Vader
is
in there, his
canceled,
game text is canceled. You both draw Destiny. No one has immunity.
yep.
You
Well, I mean,
can't add
Padme
3
has
to the
immunity
power.
less. Padme has immunity
Oh,
less than 3.
I guess, yeah, he.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point, Ed. I mean, okay, so there are some reasons to him moving it over. Granted, getting
Yeah.
that drain of 2 just kind of feels bad.
Yep. And there he's just going to put Leia and he can land. Careful, Justin. Jared's going to call you an auditor. So. So we see Leia with the gun, which would have been great 6 turns ago when he got a blown up Blizzard 4.
I mean, even if he's able to go down with the gun and is like, sorry about the mess here, just shoot. Well, no, he can't shoot the walker.
Why not?
Oh, wait, that's with the walker objective now. Yeah, you can shoot the walker.
Yeah, as I say, he can shoot the walker.
Where are you playing that? I'm kind of interested in it.
Probably tabletop simulator. So there's some guys that are pretty aggressive at building mods for in person. Okay.
Even better. Nice. You versus the kiddo?
Well, it sounded like Mike was
Oh man. I'd
getting
love to see.
back into it. I mean, Mike was big into Destiny.
Yeah.
So I played against him. I don't actually think I ever played against him at Destiny. I judged some of his games.
Odd pronunciation of the KTOD.
I thought he went by Mike.
Yeah. Unless
So
Mike and
okay. I believe I'm a solid 2 years
I'm
older
like,
than Mike, so I can go with Kiddo. He can, I'll call him that next time I see him. We'll see how it see how it goes over.
yeah, OG KTOD is back. Wait, are we talking just for Unlimited or for Star Wars CCG?
My guess might be for Unlimited. I think
Yeah.
Mike is probably busy enough that trying to get back into
That's where
Star Wars
Karl
is
throwing
rough.
cards left and right.
And it's a
No.
3, which is the worst card for Karl.
And the worst part about it is he's been like disrespecting B Fred, just tossing his cards. Like,
Yeah,
how you got to do that to B Fred? Like,
and again, he left the Falcon there. Like Fred's going after that Falcon. I'm assuming he's got a Hoojix, but
yeah, doesn't matter.
I think this is game. Like I can't see anything he can do to
And he's
get
got
through
a
this.
trample in his hand.
He's got a trample and a command. How amusing would it be to just walk the walker over and stomp on Leia?
That's actually what I was just thinking.
Like I don't think Fred's got his destiny tracked. I'm not sure he knows exactly what it is, but
I mean, he probably knows.
that sure would make me happy to see.
He does have ways of looking at his destiny. So once he knows, and say if he finds like 2 5s, let's go. Like you don't walk the walker over unless you're able to trample her.
Yeah, I think the only reason you'd walk the walker over is if you can trample her, and I'm not sure you need to do that. Like, frankly, if you just kill the Falcon, I don't think Karl can do anything. I think you kill the Falcon and Karl has a turn left where he pays for drains, and that's it.
Yeah, I think I think you're right because he's got 3/4 saved in his reserve deck. So ooh, interesting.
And B. Fred says, I'm going to end this a fun way.
No, this isn't the fun way. This is the boring way.
Well, it might be a fun way. He might be going somebody else with Price. No, Price was his only character.
Yeah. He's got 4 cards.
I
He's got 4
mean,
cards left.
do you
They're all.
battle and add 3 to her power? And
She doesn't draw Destiny.
yeah, I don't understand. What are
He's
we missing here?
He's probably battling up in space.
Yeah.
Ooh, he draws a B
And
6. Oh yeah,
Karl
yeah.
Karl
Never
handshakes,
mind.
that was it.
Let's get a headset on B Fred.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. Oof.
That was rough.
That's like the opposite of Bad Mouse luck.
Yeah, Karl, I think, was playing a deck that was going to be a risk no matter
I
what.
agree. Like, I want to see how he's done today with light side. Like, I mean, it just might be a bad matchup for him because Thrawn can be a bad matchup for a lot of decks.
Yeah, and especially Obi Muting could struggle against Thrawn to begin with
Yeah,
because it can just occasionally get just a little bit ahead and keep sticking you with cards. So
yeah.
being able to do that is probably a little rough, but I think Karl played well. I mean, he was in a winning in game
Yeah.
in game 6,
7.
so he had a chance to get there.
So now it's going to be like I said, it's going to be interesting to see what is left. And it looks like the tables are starting to clear a little. I'm not really sure. I think
I
that
would expect
is,
it's, we're probably seeing a pretty quick
yeah.
clear. I think Chris is going to have to sort out the top 8
Well, that's what the PCs.
and
That's what
see.
the stuff is for.
Yeah, well, he's got some. The software should do it,
Yeah.
and then he can announce it.
Yeah,
He
we'll see if
might
we
be
can
in the
get
midst of getting everything entered and
well,
everything going on to make it tough to come get the headset on B Fred.
I was gonna say I did ask him to get the headset on B Fred. So B Fred is unmuted, by the way. We'll see if we can get
If the
B
headset
Fred
gets
here.
there.
Yeah, it's gonna get there one way or another.
Yeah. Well, we'll hope it gets there eventually. So
We could hit up the intern,
who's the intern? I mean,
Karl.
yeah. I mean, Karl's probably already a little, well, a little bit sad about potentially not making it. I think, that was the next step for Karl in his evolution is, top 8 a major because he's felt like he's right there. I think the last couple.
Yeah, I mean he played really well at the Corellia regionals. Like taking
Yeah.
second was really well. Like losing one game
Yeah.
to Greg and then coming back and taking the second one is super impressive.
Yeah. I mean, he went 5-1 and split with Greg. Like there is no shame in that. He won,
Yeah.
he did well. And that's where, strength of schedule, like, sometimes
Mhm.
you can't impact that beyond the, win the game you're
Yep.
stuck in front of. Looks like someone gave Fred a headset. So
Yeah. Let's see if
this
Fred,
will either go really well or be real interesting. So
why
This is
not
gonna go
both?
really well or really interesting.
one of the two.
Yeah.
How you doing, Brian?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Uh,
I'm on the right side of the ground, so the rest of the
warmer,
day is bonus.
That's true.
warmer now.
Congrats on the victory. Does that put you at 6-2?
Nah, 5-3.
5-3. Okay,
That,
so
not
you're on
not
the
yeah. No strength of schedule is crap. So
you're on
whatever.
the bubble, but
We'll see what
you.
happens. So
So, what did you
know
think
that you
about Obi Muning?
Uh, I mean, even like Karl, like we talked about it too. He just said it feels like it's just a step behind and a turn behind, and not getting the used pile pulls obviously hurts it, but not getting that ramp by getting the farm out. You're losing 2 icons. It's just like now you're like, what do I do to make up for that to make it not slow? And it's just, I mean, I don't know what you do.
Fair. I think that's you're right. Only
yeah.
getting one
And
sided
that's
turn
all I have
hurts.
to say about that.
So what made you go with the decks that you went with? I know that you went with Thrawn. What did you go with for light side?
Yoda communing with
Oh,
Republic Navy fleet instead of squadron assignments.
what?
Yeah. I mean, it didn't feel horrible. I mean, in testing, it lost some games. Like we tested it, Kessler tested it twice, and then was just done with it. And then he told Ryan Searson, who I had roomed with the night before, and I made the epiphany of using Republic Navy fleet that morning. And I convinced Ryan. Then we convinced Mike that Mike play tested games with it, got crushed by bad variants, and also the fact that he would just activate everything that he was trying to pull with Sator or Republic Navy fleet. So
Yeah.
he went off of it. Then he told Ryan, and Ryan was just like, oh, he was already a little bit iffy because he hadn't played any games with it. He was done. And I was just like, you know what? I was like, I'm just playing this, and it does have trouble with activating the stuff that you're trying to find because you're activating 16, 7. I mean, crap loads of force. Depending on
Yeah.
the deck, like some decks, you're going to be activating even more than that, on the second or third turn. So it gets tough there. But I mean, Yularen on the Resolute is just like almost impossible to remove. You still have your. I wanted to play Luke on ground. I knew that much, but I didn't want to play Worf's build because I didn't want to devote so many things to matching ships and
Mhm.
all wings combos and like whatever for space. So it already had the version I played with no ships was already playing two Rebel leadership, so I just added two into that and played Yularen and Fleet Admiral Akbar, and it's basically Anakin and Resolute for your space as your angel, and it didn't feel great, didn't feel awful. Light in general doesn't feel great, so.
Yeah. So how does your Thrawn feel? Like, did you go with like a normal build? I noticed you're playing the Imperial Wrestler and the combo plus do they have a code clearance? What made you go with that?
Well, I didn't want to play the bridge. So that alleviated. I basically decided, I'm going to try and start with the IO secret plans and
Yeah.
pull the two docking. I mean, you're losing a card slot from the bridge in general, but you're gaining card slots from not playing accelerates. And obviously, you're never not going to play co-clearance. I think that's going to be wrong no matter what because you have, I mean, forfeiting dudes for like 9 or 11 if you have Paleon, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
It's just a huge advantage if you ever like do loose stuff. You're just like, here's this guy. Kessling beat me ultimately, but he Jedi presenced in a battle and overpowered me by like 24 or something, and I didn't have to gig. I lost by 3 guys, but I didn't have to gig, so I got to keep my walker on the table.
Mm,
But I mean, I just didn't want to play ISB. I didn't want to play. What else did I have that I even thought about? I didn't want to play CCT at all, even though I thought maybe without Mbats maybe being popular, I thought Team 5 would maybe find a way to still play Mbats in some other deck. So I still not really wanting to play CCT there.
so and what about ISB? I know that is a popular deck with
That was, I
different
mean,
allies.
I think ISB is probably I mean, it's in the top 1 or 2 dark sides probably. But I mean,
Okay.
I don't like to play the deck that everybody's prepared for, and I thought Thrawn might be more well positioned now with Obi-Wan taking a hit, and wanted
Mm,
to try something different. But I never really I played maybe all of 2 games with Thrawn, so I was basically almost learning it while I was playing, and it cost me the first game that I played. I made a decision that was probably not right, and then the game against Kessling. It's hard because he was playing Shield Buster, and it's just hard that I paid. I want to say like 15 force for
mm,
7 deploy worth of guys from Gunite, and I probably just should have canceled Gunite and
yeah.
went about my business instead. That made it so I couldn't draw cards a lot of turns, and it just added up overall. I wasn't able to do as much as you could have towards the end of the game.
Yeah.
It was a very close game though. I think I probably lost by like 4 or 5. So, but yeah,
So yeah, we were talking about like so we know that you went what 2-2 with your dark side.
uh huh.
You went 3-1 with your light side. So it sounded like you had a good day with that. What
Yeah,
did you
I
pursue
mean,
today?
since I lost my first game though, I was like climbing my way up. So
Mhm.
I wasn't playing against the ISBs and the Agents of the Black Sun and stuff from like the top teams, you know. So
Mhm.
I mean, I played against TTO. I mean, I didn't get a great draw, but I made it work. And then I played
Yeah.
against. God, what was the other game? God, so long ago. Jesus.
Let's see. You
Now I
for
can't even think of the other game that I played against.
you
But
played against Chris Kelly.
yeah, it was the second game with it. Chris Kelly was the third.
Okay. Your second game
No,
with
Chris
it.
Kelly was the fourth.
Yeah. Let's see. Played against Brian Harold.
Yeah, he was TTO.
Nice. And then you also played against John McFarland.
Yeah.
Uh,
I got
no
Trooper.
idea.
Yeah. Well, again, when I
Not
played
an idea.
him, it was like
Imperial Rest.
I lost on turn 3.
Yeah.
So instead of I had like probably I have 14 cards in my hand, so I was within the shield range, and it activated the Resolute. So normally I wanted to play Resolute with Yolaren to Camino that turn, and I activated it. So it's just like I have like 20 some force, 14 cards in hand. I don't want to do nothing. He had a Trooper on the ground, just draining me for 2. And in retrospect, I should have just drawn the cards, let him play the shield if he wanted to.
Yeah.
Kept at least my Hujix and my. I didn't have Hujix when I deployed either, so that was the big thing. And just kept the Hujix and the Yularen or the ship, and then whichever one that if he didn't put either of those back with the random, then I'm fine. If he puts one of them back, I could just match it next turn. But instead, I deployed. I want to say it was Maester Qui-Gon, killed his trooper, didn't die. I had to deploy Luke to the site adjacent to it, so I just moved them together. But I mean, I had 12 power to his 56.
Yeah.
So I mean, I should just like drawn the cards, but I mean, whatever, you know. Maybe that was a winnable game, but like, you know, it's just like not played against the deck really, and taking a wrong line because you activate the stuff that you want to get out,
Yeah. That's
which
fair.
was the problem with the deck just in general. It just kept activating the sabers or activate the ship or, you know.
Personally, that's always been one of my issues with Yoda commuting. It feels like it's not
Especially the Camino version,
Oh yeah, I agree.
because you're literally like probably activating in your 16s at least probably by turn 2, turn 3 at least. So then it's just like turn. Yeah. Usually, I mean, depending on the deck, you're not really going to deploy turn 1. Turn 2 is going to be like, you know, maybe. But you know, I think I deployed that stuff on my turn 2, and then on his turn 3 I lost. So it's like by turn 2 you're already like sometimes you're just not matching up the stuff you want to.
Yeah.
And then you have to wait a turn because you don't want to deploy a dude with no lightsaber, or you just can't play the ship, or you have a handful of other guys that are just like it doesn't make sense to just like throw down Padmes and Heras and Rays and stuff. They're just gonna get crushed by something anyways. But drawing up to like 20, I did draw to like 24 cards against somebody, but I don't even remember who it was. And
how did that go?
They didn't have the shield, so I basically worked with the 24 cards I had in my hand for most of the game. That was the ASM game. The ASM game was the other game.
Okay.
Brian Avery, he played it well, and I
So-
just couldn't match the stuff I wanted to. To finally get a ship out against him, I basically knew I was going to spend 6 to drain, and if I activated 12, and I got lucky that Camino and Anakin would both be in the deck still, and I got lucky and they were both in there, so I was able to get in space.
So you kind of lucked out and completely avoided the AOBS that was being played around.
Because I mean I was working my way up, of course.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to play against that. So I mean, Luke's on the ground. You know, I have lots of tricks in the deck. You know, maybe I could have done something against it, but I mean, who knows?
Yeah, it would have been tough. So
So really quick before you go, I wanted to let you know, I don't know if you're aware or not, that your Buffalo Bills game has been moved from Sunday to Monday.
Yep, been told by I've been told by like 3 or 4 people, including Drew Lichtenstein, who came in the room and right after we just had a 5-minute conversation. He like came in on the very end of it and started telling us it again. So like we literally reenacted the entire conversation for him. It was pretty humorous to the 5 of us who had already had the conversation. Like we all
So what
literally.
you're saying is you've heard Buffalo doesn't play tomorrow?
I've heard that. So maybe I'll play in the Constellation. I haven't played in a Constellation in a long time, so who knows?
So, another question. So, being that that is the case, are you and Ryan Saracen planning up joining together and watching the game, like when it, together, or
Dan, I think
and
you answered that yourself. You said it got moved to Monday. We're neither one of us are staying an extra day in Atlanta to watch the game.
why not
Uh,
get cozy with Mike?
I mean, I'm just saying that once it gets to like the last couple of days, I love hanging out with everybody and stuff. But I mean, especially when you've been here for like a week, you're ready to go home, man. Home is where the heart is. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll
You
miss
have-
everybody, but I mean, I'll see everybody again in what, April? April, and actually in Indianapolis. So
Well, in Indianapolis, so Dan and I already discussed this with your ice cream brother, Dennis.
mm-hmm.
We're thinking one of those nights in Indy, we're going to do Hollow Theater ice cream team.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do
You,
that.
me, Dan, Dennis,
If
ice
Dennis
cream,
comes.
Hollow
Yep.
Theater. I think we,
Sorry,
We'll
I'm
get,
being-
like,
I'm being-
different
I'm
pints
being
of ice
need to
taunted
work
by
on
Barry.
his.
we'll get some different pints of ice cream, taste them all, tell the viewers what is good, what is bad. Maybe get some ice cream cake, go a little crazy.
Yeah, I'm down for
Oof.
whatever, man. When it comes to ice cream,
I'm.
I just don't like fruity ice cream or fruit in my ice cream. We'll put it that way.
I love
I
that.
just want to hang out with my friends and eat ice cream.
Exactly.
Like I don't care about judging it. I don't care about like, oh, which one's the best. I'm like,
I think I'm with Garrett.
it's ice cream. They're all good, dude.
I'm with Garrett on that.
So, and in
So-
fact, maybe we loop this out to everybody. Maybe that's what we do one of those nights in Indy.
I'm in.
Everyone has some ice cream, just a big group ice cream party.
Maybe like Thursday-ish or something.
I'm gonna say
Because a lot of people not very many people come in Wednesdays usually, but Thursdays. I mean, Friday's usually a last night preparation type thing, but
Yeah.
Thursday's
Yeah.
usually a pretty good night.
think I'm coming in Thursday. I got to figure that out
I'm
still.
coming in Thursday.
Sweet.
I should
was
see
gonna
what
say,
what I have my hotel room for and probably play off that. So
Yeah.
we'll see how it works.
Question.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
assuming-
let's like gauge some interest and then keep me posted on that. Hayes,
Yeah.
wait for me. Sorry, I'm trying to go with Hayes.
All right.
So,
Well,
one
go do
last
your thing.
question. Did you make any crazy bets with Ryan for the game?
No, not yet, but we
No.
talked about it. So we'll have to figure that out.
I mean, you and I got a jersey bet.
Do we? I forgot about that, but I'll take a free jersey.
wow.
If I believed in the Steelers and we had TJ Watt, maybe. But on that note, go ahead.
Hey, maybe
we'll
he can
let you
play
be-
now that's been pushed back a day.
Yeah,
That's a joke.
yeah. One way or another, you're playing tomorrow.
Oh, in the consolation, or
Yeah.
I
You'll
might.
find out.
I'd probably
You got a chance.
I'd literally probably just play the same Yoda deck, honestly,
That's fair.
just to get more games in it with it and see how I felt about it.
Yeah.
The Ray Pile pull getting taken away from commuting was just like it's a huge hit for like all the commuting decks. I mean, I wouldn't mind if you couldn't imbats pull, like if you could have just play imbats in it or something. But I mean, like the hit for Ray is just like, I don't know, there's a lot of, it just is like the meta's weird because like it's
Yeah.
just like weird because of the changes for sure.
Okay.
I'll leave it at that. Scott
So,
did this to us. He's standing right there.
I was gonna
Scott's
say,
like,
is
I'm
there
not
any?
involved with design. Look at this guy.
We can. No, the top 8 has not been announced yet. Charlie, we're still waiting on Chris.
Hey,
What did Scott finish?
they're interviewing me. You want to jump in here, Scott? You guys want Scott?
No, I'm okay.
Oh,
Be interviewed.
I was. Here he comes.
Yeah, you know what?
I'm gonna
We
go
missed
out and you're gonna interview Scott.
Yeah,
like,
we missed
ignored us.
Scott on the
He wants you to
musician
make.
game.
He wants you to make it bigger.
Yeah, you just blew us off.
So that way, the hand cam.
Oh, Scott's just turning on.
Oh, hold on. Let me get my pants on. Can you hear me?
We can hear
loud
you.
and clear.
Perfect. How are you guys doing?
Not bad. How you doing?
Good. You should make this screen bigger so we could see it.
We can see fine. You gotta go to the other chair.
Hold on.
No, the
Now we
people at
can't
home, I
see.
mean. The people
Oh,
at
okay.
home only see
Oh
the
yeah,
table.
people at home need to see Scott.
Oh yeah. We need a good view of Scott. So
Let me
some
get,
musicians, huh?
let me get a selfie.
We we, we saw the beatdown on Ryan
Oh, yeah, yeah.
early there. That was
Went
What
4
was the
and
total
0.
power?
musicians went 4-0. Nice.
Yeah, it wasn't. What was his total? I don't even remember what the total power was. Maybe 40, something like that.
That was the number I said. I said Scott's right around 40 and
Yeah.
Ryan's at like 10, so it's Obi and 20. And at that point, like just peeling might be the just scooping and calling it to move on might be the play.
I played
So how did your light side do?
2 and 2. But let's go. I want to talk real
Oh,
quick.
So does that mean you went 6-2?
he went 6-2.
Yeah, I went 6 and
Well
2.
done.
So
Oof.
the first two. So I was playing Gavin's Endor Teep Sherpa's Hut deck,
Okay.
All right.
and it's a solid deck that allows you to have flexibility. And so I
Wait,
lost game 1 against Thrawn against Kafer. I lost game 3 or game 2 with it against Drew. Very close though. Both games were kind of close.
so does that mean you beat Hayes Hunter in game 4?
No, no, no. Yeah. I beat Joe in game 3 of it, and Joe and Hayes Hunter in game 4.
Wow.
Nicely done.
Nicely done.
Yeah, I mean the Joe game was tough. It was a lot of luck and bad luck, and some things happened in Hayes that kind of bad luck for him. So, but I mean the deck's flexible enough that it's able to do stuff. It's not like really flashy, but I wanted something very very easy to play and very stable and having flexibility. That was the biggest goal with that.
Oh,
It's
that's
amazing.
awesome. So are we going to end up with two advocates in the top eight?
I don't know.
I mean,
I,
if you're 6-2
Who
and
would be
I
the
was
who would be the other
Kessling,
one?
I beat Kessling earlier. I don't know how he ended up.
I know he was in the games where they were on the bubble.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Same with Scott.
Yeah, I beat him in game 7 with the musicians against his shield busting deck.
okay, so Kessling might have been 5-3 going into that, or 4-3 going into that game. Then
Yeah, maybe.
That's a
Maybe.
possibility.
Yeah.
well, we'll see. This will be
Would this be
kind of
the
waiting for the last
well? Would this
couple, so
mean
Scott,
that
so Chris can tell us.
Yeah.
yeah? Would this be the first time that like would this be Scott only in the top 8 as the advocate?
Well, I haven't
Like
made a top. I haven't made a day 2 per se since the NPC where we did what were the not the brackets, but we did
Oh, the pods,
the
oh
pods.
yeah.
the
So
pod
I
gear,
won. I
yeah.
won that pod, but it's been a while since I've made day 2. Right? I did it in like Texas,
Nice.
coming runner up against Kevin Shannon. But it was good. I mean, this was really good. The dark deck I'm very comfortable with. Didn't really have any issues with it, and the light deck was flexible enough that it worked.
So what made you come out like you weren't really signed up on the event?
No, I didn't
Like
know I was coming until Friday night.
wow.
So I was kind of
All
like,
right.
we'll see. I mean, just things were the perfect storm. So I was
So
kind of like, maybe I'll go, maybe I won't, to myself and my family, and then I just decided in the afternoon on Friday I bought a ticket and went.
he pulled the bat mouse.
Yeah. So it was nice.
Well, he flew in the afternoon. He didn't fly overnight, and
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
so I flew in yesterday. So I got in last Friday night like 11:30. And
Were
I
people surprised?
well yeah. So it was cool. I came in last night and I had like a hood on, I had a mask on so no one could see me, and I like walked in all sneakily, and as I was walking in to the hotel, there's a big round doorway. What is that called? I
Yeah.
forget. Carousel.
the rotunda area,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Well, no, the doors that go circular.
Oh, the revolving doors.
Yeah, revolving doors. Thank you. And then there's 2 doors left and right. So I'm going
Yeah.
this way to the revolving doors, and Hayes is on his way out. And I don't want him to see me, so I like quick make a dash outside the building to like over there, and he didn't see me. And that was the thing is I didn't have to tell anybody, but I forgot to put a card in the deck on the dark deck. So this morning
Oh no.
at like 8:30 in the morning, I texted Chris Kelly, and I was like, Chris, I was like, can you tell a secret? I need a card. Can you get it for me? And then I told Showenthal right around that time too, because I didn't want anybody to know. I just wanted to come, have fun, and surprise everyone, and it
Yeah.
was a cool surprise.
Oh, that's awesome. I mean, the
Awesome.
Scott sighting is always a fun
Yeah,
surprise.
It's just
Now
nice
I'm
to see
sad.
everybody. So I'm here for a few days. We'll get a chance to hang out.
Yeah.
And I guess now I have some other decks, thankfully, but depending on what we do, I don't remember how day 2 works anymore. So,
Match play. You'll
Yeah,
be
but
playing against your.
but it's
You
random.
won't
I
know who
think.
you're playing.
Yeah, it's random.
Yep.
So I have some other decks. I don't know what I'll play. We'll see.
Come on. We know
I
what
mean,
you
I feel like if you don't play musicians, you're giving up a chance to,
Yeah, I mean it I could do very well against everything.
Yeah.
I was expecting Yavin 4 ops, so I have like search and destroy and stuff that helps against those decks that can't come to the ground. But it seemed to do
Yeah.
like you saw in the one game, communing it does well against any mains deck.
So
that one felt like you really just to put P59 out to trap
Yes.
that battle. Like
Oh yeah.
that.
And
That
a
was
Gek.
very much a like,
Yeah, it's like,
this
hey.
might not end well.
Yeah, I have the Gick, and the idea is just to do that. Sometimes it's okay. You can just get them to come down, and now you're theirs. They're yours. Yeah.
That was kind of brutal. We were just watching it like, well, you just put down 6 characters, and I think he paid all of 3 force. So
Yeah, they're cheap. Go on, Dan. You were gonna say something.
do you say anything witty to Ryan when you trapped him like that?
No, no, not a team mind what you have learned member. I'm not gonna mess with him.
Not so.
you
So
didn't give a little giggle.
No.
Just hee
No, I don't want to rub it in. It was bad. It was a
So-
bad matchup. Well, what happened?
Um,
His Gick got top decked from
Yep.
the court damage.
Yeah, we talked
Yeah.
about that and how like I might have walkling that back right away just
Yeah. He
because you
didn't-
need that card.
I didn't know if maybe he had 2, because that's the thing is we started counting up the numbers, and I'm like, hey, do you have a Gick? He's like, no. I'm like, all right, then I probably don't need to do, we don't have to. I mean, I was in the 40s, so it was just rough. So.
yeah.
Yeah, that's rough, but definitely, congrats on
Thank you.
making it. It's awesome. You're able
Appreciate
to
it.
come out and surprise everybody.
Yeah, it's been fun.
You know.
And they're doing he's going through the numbers now to see who made it. So I'm excited to see.
Awesome.
Oh,
Yeah,
sweet.
we'll have to get him on like camera to announce it to everybody because the viewers are definitely looking forward to
Okay.
it.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
ask him about putting the camera on the top 8 when you announce them.
Yeah, I mean, he can just come over here and
Everybody
announce
left.
it, and
Okay, he could just come. He can. he
everybody left. They know they're
Yeah.
going to get the.
He bugged out. So what I'll do is need be I can do it on the camera for you.
Okay.
Or
All
no,
right.
you can do it.
What's the,
you can do it.
Scott,
on.
what's the likelihood you're going to go to Indianapolis?
I hold on a second. No, they just wanted to know if you could do it.
Hey, can you still hear me?
We
Loud and clear.
can.
Nice. What's up, guys? We
Not
got
much.
two
How you
more-
doing, Hall of
two more
Famer?
games, and then I'll announce the results live to the internet because there aren't a lot of people here in the room. So
I think you're too good at your job. Everybody knows you're going to post it as soon as here's the top 8. Here's who's the top 4 and bottom 4, and
it's probably
they
what it
don't
is.
need to hang around.
It's definitely not that everybody got pizza.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
and you got
Oh,
pizza?
Can you see me now?
no.
Can't
I'm on
see
one
you.
of the face cameras, but
Oh,
Scott's-
hold on. I got you.
Dan's
I got
working
it,
on it,
Scott.
Scott. Let me know when you can see me.
Yeah.
I got him. Patience virtue.
All right. I trust you. It's technology. That's not it. Oh, there he is in the corner though.
There he is in the spotlight, losing his religion.
Well, no, now you're out of the corner because you disappeared again.
Well, yeah, because nobody puts
Oh.
Chris Schoenthal in the corner.
That's right.
Fair enough.
Is
There
that
we go.
Mr. So, is that Mr. Matt Lutz sitting next to you?
It is Mr. Matt Lutz.
Was he
Did
aware? So, what did he think about getting Leaf on the first games on the stream?
Did Leaf enjoy the camera experience in the first game?
He didn't mention anything about it.
He didn't say anything specific, but I will say that he got 2 wins against actual players today. including
Good for
including
him.
a wicked mechanical failure beatdown against Lodge Porg.
Oh,
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was rad.
You know what? I think
Did he finish ahead of his dad?
He did not finish ahead of his dad,
Ah.
but just barely. Matt was 3 and 5, and Leaf was 2 and 6.
Okay,
Okay.
that works. Now, can
That's
we
his next
get-
step.
I was gonna say we got to get Large Porg to sign Leafs mechanical failure.
I agree. You should get Tommy to sign Leaf's mechanical failure.
That's your card.
Oh, you can have it for that purpose. Keep it for that. It's my card. Actually, it is my mechanical.
Nice.
I let him because I built Leaf's light side deck out of my cards,
Okay,
but I will
that's-
happily donate the mechanical failure to that
I have
cause.
a mechanical failure with me.
No, it's got to be that one.
Matt, if you're worried about it, I will mail Chris a mechanical failure for
No,
you.
he said
Same.
he had one. Do we have a result from that game? No. Did I mess up the audio? Can you still hear me?
No, we can still hear you.
Yeah, time has called a while ago. I hope they know it.
Large Porg has said he will sign the card.
All right.
Yes.
We have Large Porg in the chat.
Love it.
I'm so happy for
La
Leaf
Polka
to,
Porg.
Yeah, floor 2.
because he played well on stream.
Lower level 2 is
Yeah.
where the pizza is right now.
I mean, he lost to Dennis.
Lower level 2, you
Like,
say?
I know he lost to Dennis on stream.
No, I just
But think
broadcasted
about
that to
that.
the
He
internet.
lost to the guy who went 6-0,
Well, I hope
and it was still a
people aren't
close
that
game.
hungry.
I'm starving.
I'm
Well,
hopeful my
jump on a
wife is
flight,
making
we'll save you
food
some cold
upstairs.
pizza.
I think my wife's probably making food upstairs since she already made me breakfast and popcorn. So I'm
Damn.
hoping I'm getting spoiled the entire day.
He's been talking about that all day, Garrett or Chris.
I'm okay with being spoiled.
I know you are.
Is that
Robin
You're
Robbie?
good
Henson?
at it. It's one of your many
Who?
skills, Garrett.
I'm extremely good at it. So how was Robbie's record? Did Robbie pull a 6-2?
Finished 6-2. Beat Matt Harrison Trainer in the last game.
Congrats to
awesome.
Robbie.
So did MHT finish 5-3 or 6-2?
6-2.
No, MHT
That
would have
was
been
a fair down
6-2
for
as
Matt,
well.
HT.
Okay.
And we're waiting on one game, and then we'll have the final standings.
May I ask what the last game is?
The last game is John McFarland and Joel Pittman on the secondary stream table, actually. So you can tune
nice.
over to Sam's channel to watch it.
Don't remember how to do that. Oh yes, we have and again, kind of like it looks like it is a Diplo versus Imperial Entanglements match. So I can understand why it was going a little longer.
Yeah, that's going to be a long match.
Yeah. Also, it looked like it was a good match.
Yeah, long and weird. Oh, there's a handshake. Let's see what we got.
All right.
All right, I'm going to take these off so I can yell.
Okay.
John.
All right. Go ahead and yell.
John McFarland, who won? All right. So Joel Pittman won that last game there.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to hit the resolve button and see what happens.
Just don't say something broke.
What?
Nope, nothing broke. We're good.
We don't have to do it by hand.
Nope. Sounds
We
like
do
you
not
said
have to do
nothing
it by
broke.
hand. Yep.
I mean, that's what we have Robbie.
All right. I don't know how you want to do this. We have 2 5 and 3s that made it.
2 5 and 3s. So you want to
All
start
right.
at the bottom and go to
Do you
like
want
the
me to do
numbers?
all the 5 and 3s? You want me to do only the 2 that made it?
Just the top 8.
All right, just the top 8. So
Here, let me turn you up a little bit, really
Sure.
quick. All you.
I'm gonna get the room's attention too, because I'm gonna do it. All right. Star Wars players, I have final results. I'm on the headset with the stream, so I'm going to be announcing it simultaneously live to you and the internet.
It's the world's first.
That's right. It's a world first broadcast here.
Nope.
In our 8th, we're just gonna do the top 8. So in our 8th spot with 10 victory points is Hayes Hunter. In our 7th spot with 10 victory points, Bill Kafer.
Nice.
In our
Nice.
6th spot with 12 victory points, Robbie Hendon.
Nice. Glad to hear
Our
it. He was
5th
doubtful.
spot with 12 victory points, Matthew Harrison Trainer.
Okay.
Nice.
Our 4th spot with 12 victory points, the advocate himself, Scott Lingrell.
Yeah.
Wow.
3rd place with 12 victory points, Jeff Levine.
Okay. Nice.
2nd place with 12 victory points, Dennis Reinhardt. And our number 1 seed with 14 victory points, Sam Tashima.
Nicely done.
Nice. 7-1. That's awesome.
That is spectacular.
9th was our newest advocate, Mike Kessling.
Oh.
Oh, so
Bubbled out.
close.
And you can blame that on Nizek Beck, apparently. That's Scott's fault that he got knocked out. You were telling us. So thank you to all of you, and thank you to the internet, and we will catch you later.
Thank
sure.
you
Get some food.
Chris. So,
Enjoy your food. I'm gonna do the same thing here, actually. So I think
yeah,
we
let's
can
go ahead and let's really quickly wrap this up. We'll let everybody go for the night. But what a top 8. So
That's
I mean,
a pretty stacked top 8, honestly.
two people who went 5-3, Hayes Hunter and Bill. And remember, who picked Bill on Thursday?
Yeah. No, you you got there.
Yeah, I did. But besides that, we got Jeff Levine. We got Dennis Reinhardt. So we got 2 members of Team 5 on it. We've got who else did he say?
So we got Hayes and Jeff. We got Scott and MHT and Robbie.
That's
Sam,
5.
Dennis,
Sam,
and
Dennis,
Bill.
Bill. So that's our
So
8.
yeah.
So again, what is going to happen is the top 4 people will be paired down to the top 5 all randomly. Chris will do that tomorrow. So Sam, Dennis, Scott, and
Sam, Dennis, Scott, and Jeff.
Jeff all will be paired. Will be paired up against one of the each will be paired down to Hayes, MHT, Robbie,
And Bill. Yep. This will be great.
This will be interesting. I mean,
The
obviously,
pairings will be announced tomorrow after all the decks are turned in, I believe.
and I would hate to be like that player, like Sam versus Hayes. That would kind of suck. Sam can't play Dennis yet, but he can play Bill.
No. There may be
Dennis
some
versus Bill.
teams. There may be some team stuff that comes into play early. There's certainly potential, but we'll be on at 10 Eastern tomorrow to stream all of it till we have a champion. So
who do you think's going to take it?
gosh, there are a lot of good players. You know what? I'm a homer picket. I'm gonna go Sam. Sam's a local. I've been playing games against Sam for
He's got the hot hand lately.
close to 20 years at this point. 7-1 through this field is no joke.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it to Sam. I think Sam's gonna take it down. So unfortunately, Sam, I've never been right on a pick before, so I may have just killed you. Sorry about that. So
I gotta go with. I mean, Hayes and MHT being that they're on the same 4 kind of stinks for everybody. I really I'm rooting for Scott.
I'd love to see Scott. There's nobody who I'm rooting against though. Everybody in that top 8 are good folks.
Yeah.
So
there's something special with Scott. Outside of that, I'm gonna go with. Oh man, it's tough. But you know what? I want to pick Sam. I really do.
So pick Sam.
Yeah,
We're both
let's go Sam.
we both picked Sam. So
You went 7-1 today.
we're gonna look like geniuses or idiots.
I'm
And-
thinking it's going to be an MHC versus Sam final. Sam's going to play a deck that just, just does exactly when he wants to go. Yeah, let's go Sam MHC final.
All right. Well, we'll see.
And
We will find out tomorrow.
yeah, good night, everybody. Thanks
Good
for
night.
tuning in.